Start of the Northern California BDR, July 9th, 2025, heading out from Minaret Vista on a Zero DSRX electric motorcycle. This is the hotshot camp. Not sure what territory they have, but we sure appreciate their work. Section 1 has these beautiful forest roads. They're a little sandy and a little soft in spots, but the scenery is gorgeous. The goal of this trip was to enjoy the 940-mile main route. I didn't do the alt, harder, or expert sections, so this is the main route on Section 1. I completed the Arizona BDR and the Idaho BDR on this bike last summer, and so this trip is just to enjoy the main route on the Northern California BDR. Here we're heading into Mono Lake and on up to the ghost town of Bodie. I rode sections 3 and 4 with Clint Kiefer, and of course we had to stop at Uncle Tom's Cabin for a nice cold beverage and some nice conversation. Then it was on to some gorgeous reservoirs on the way north and ending up in Truckee that night. I rode sections 5 through 9 with my good buddy Lonnie Toby from Sierra Vista, Arizona. He came down from his summer home in Oregon and met me in Truckee, and we continued north together. He was on his KTM 390, which he absolutely loved for this ride, and the scenery in Northern California this time of year is absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget to stop at Young's Market and enjoy a sandwich from their deli, and probably the best sandwich of the whole trip. We continued on up to Antelope Mountain Lookout and had a great conversation with the lookout there. He taught us all kinds of interesting things about what they do at the fire lookouts in Northern California. That's Lassen Peak in the Lassen Volcanic National Park, and we could even see Mount Shasta to the north from this lookout. We found some fun water crossings on the route. Some were quite shallow, but they had some slippery, slimy algae at the bottom, so you had to be careful there. And then some, like this one, were quite a bit deeper than they looked. Here's Lonnie coming through that same one. A little rocky on the bottom and a little deep. Good for a bike wash. Here's one of those shallow ones. Just make sure that you don't give it gas or get angled in those. And this last one was quite rocky at the bottom, so you had to keep a little momentum going through there, but otherwise quite fun. And it was due, we were all due for a nice bike wash by that point, and so that helped a little bit and cool us off. The northern part of the route has some absolutely gorgeous vistas. You can see for miles and miles. Lonnie, as I said earlier, absolutely loved his bike. He's an excellent rider, tons of experience, and he just thought this was the perfect bike for this route. And I think lots of other people will feel the same way. Here's one of those gorgeous vistas. The rest of the video is not necessarily in order, but it does show some of the different scenery as you travel north. A couple little trees down, things to avoid in the trail, so be careful of that. We didn't have any large logs down like some people have when they traverse it, but so we got lucky that way. Probably see 50 miles out there. This area is part of the Dixie Fire, which burned nearly 1 million acres in Northern California. And we're in that for a little while. It's got a sort of an eerie beauty to it. The roads were great through that section. This bike is so impressive on BDR routes, just a joy to ride, smooth and quiet. Here we are outside Alturas and finishing up the route, heading north and coming to the Oregon border, the end of the Northern California BDR. Another BDR in the books. A great time was had by all.